Hey, how are you? I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about Thursday night football. AFC versus NFC. The New England Patriots head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Stick around, let's dig in from a DFS perspective. Hey, and we are back. Once again, thanks for being here. I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about Thursday night football. It's an AFC versus NFC clash. It's awesome, and you get both conferences in one game Thursday night in Atlanta. As I've said, the New England Patriots, who are at this moment in time 6-4, second place in the AFC East, right behind the Buffalo Bills, take on the Atlanta Falcons, who aren't doing so hot. They're in last place, I believe. They're 4-5 in the NFC North. You can probably throw all that stuff out because it's Thursday night football. Before we get into the players and the betting that I think we should run with on Thursday night tonight, make sure you go to Team Riser Fall, like and share, subscribe. You know the deal. At a certain point, I might not have to mention this, but then I don't know if the higher ups at Team Riser Fall would want to keep producing my videos if I'm not promoting what they're doing. So let me go back on that. Obviously, Team Riser Fall, it's fantastic. Look at the premium memberships you can get. You can click on the link. It's all around. It's on my Twitter page. It's on at Team Riser Fall. $9.99 a week, $29.99 a month. Whatever one works for you. I mentioned it in Bottom of the Barrel a few times. You can click the link. Subscribe now. And look around. What works best for you? Not trying to force anything on you. Not trying to be pushy. Because, by the way, the Discord, it's free. You can go in there and just have at it there. That's where all the action's going on. NHL is back. NBA guys are winning big time here at Team Riser Fall with all the NBA stuff. 100 grand winner just the other night by one of our experts. Shout out to Scrosby. 100 grand. Let's not forget what Dabbenpoggle has been doing. 250K in a week, in 2 days. So a lot of good is going on there. Not saying if you join, you're promised 100 plus grand, but your chances go up just a little bit more than if you're trying to do it by yourself. So come hang with here. It's a family. I know it's corny, but it realistically speaking, Team Riser Fall is outstanding. That's why I'm here. I brought all my bottom of the barrel and all these videos to Team Riser Fall because I believe in them so much. Okay, hopefully you didn't, quit on the video because this guy's talking too much nonsense. And if you did, hopefully you come back or you just fast forward and boom, here we go. Let's talk about Thursday night football. New England Patriots head to Atlanta. As it stands now, the over-under 47.5 points in this one. Personally, I'm not even going to wait to the end of the video to tell you what I'm doing here. I'm going under. And to be fair here, my final score, that I'll wait till the end of the video here, but my final score is about a half point, combined is about a half point, maybe 2 to 3 max under the under here. So to me, I don't think it's a comfortable play, but that's the one I'm rolling with, under 47.5 points here. And if you look at my notes, which obviously I'll take a picture of them, share them with you, there's two things that stand out to me. I have about 4 different betting things written down. I know you came here for DFS, but these two, they paint a picture here. The total has gone over in 5 of New England's last 6 games. The total has gone over in Atlanta's last 6 games. So you're looking at between New England and Atlanta, you're looking at 11 of the last 12 games that these two teams have played, not each other, have gone over here. So again, I told you the under, and all the stats point to over here. That's the beauty of DFS and sports betting. You never know what you're going to get. Let's get right into the players. Mac Jones in Atlanta. Atlanta's their 30th overall against opposing quarterbacks. Mac Jones, 15 grand on FanDuel, $10,600 on DraftKings. I have the kid, the rookie dynamo, as some folks are calling him. Maybe I'm the only one. But Mac Jones, around 20 completions. As you notice, not going to need to throw the ball a ton, and I'll tell you why as we start to get through the video here. Mac Jones, 20 completions. You're looking at about 230, maybe 240 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns. Great Great stat line, both on FanDuel and DraftKings. Matt Ryan, the Atlanta Falcons, longtime quarterback. Shout out to Boston College. I believe that's where he played. New England, they're second overall in defending opposing quarterbacks. Matt Ryan's going to be running for his life a large portion of the game. FanDuel, Matt Ryan, $15,500, and on DraftKings, $10,800. I have Matt Ryan well over 30 total attempts, but I think he only completes 24, maybe 25 passes in this one. 260, 270 yards. I think that's a safe bet, and I'm still on the fence about how many touchdown passes. I firmly believe you can lock him in with one touchdown pass, but is it going to be 2 or going to be 3? I would err on the side of 1 or 2 rather than 3, and we'll move on. Let's talk about the running backs. And again, as we get through the video, there's several players that are questionable, true game time decisions here. And this is the first one as it stands now. New England Patriots running back Damien Harris, New England and Atlanta. Atlanta's 28th overall against opposing running backs. As it stands now, Damien Harris, $13,500 on FanDuel, $8,800 on DraftKings. And last I looked, right before this video came out to all of you, everything looks good to go with Damien Harris. Off the injury report, he's ready to go. So, lock and load D. Harris. I have him for around 15 or 16 carries, 65 to 70 yards, and a touchdown on the ground, in addition to 1 or 2 receptions. Nothing crazy there. As we, move on to Ramondre Stevenson or even Brandon Bolden, those are the guys who take away the receiving work, which is fine, because again, I have Harris locked and loaded for about 15, maybe 16 carries in this one. Let's talk about the rookie. He's highlighted in my notes, and I can't wait to see this one. Ramondre Stevenson on FanDuel, $13,000, and on DraftKings, $8,600. This kid has come on strong as of late, and I'm thinking we can use that to our advantage tonight, Thursday Night Football. Granted, ownership percentages might be pushed up just a tad higher, but as we talk about this, Kyle Pitts is going to be massively owned in the captain spot, along with maybe Jacoby Myers if you want a little razzle-dazzle. But to me, Ramondre Stevenson, 10 carries, 40, 50 yards, and 3 or 4 receptions for another 20 or 30 yards. So to me, Ramondre Stevenson, a must-play tonight. Very adamant about that one. Let's talk about Brandon Bolden as well. He's got a Q tag next to his name, and so we'll go from there. Brandon Bolden, $8,000 on FanDuel, $4,800 on DraftKings. Nothing crazy. 4 or 5 carries. You're looking at probably 15 or 20 yards on a good day, on the good end here, but you're looking at 3 or 4 receptions for around 20 to 25 yards. Now, the thing with Brandon Bolden is I'm almost sure that the New England Patriots staff and even Bill Belichick, they trust this kid. He can come in when things are down and out, like if Ramondre Stevenson, God forbid, gets a knock on his head, or Damien Harris tweaks something in his leg, and Brandon Bolden is the last guy standing. I know for a fact that the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick trust this kid to get it done here. So to me, Brandon Bolden, a risky play tonight, but could pay dividends if things fall his way. And again, I'm not hoping or wishing for an injury to anybody else in front of him or on top of him on the depth chart, but I'm saying it's a single game slate Thursday night. We kind of have to think ahead or make up kind of predictive game scripts in our own minds. Let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons running backs. Not much to like here. I mean, Cordell Patterson, $14,000 on FanDuel, $10,200 on DraftKings. He has a questionable tag here, and of all the players tonight in this game, he is a true GTG, true game time decision here. And if he plays, we'll see what he's got. This kid, he's a man now. I believe he's in his early 30s, if I'm not mistaken. Cordell Patterson, a late breakout, but he's been fantastic, and he's just done it all. We've all seen the meme, if my mom can work 3 or 4 jobs to bring me up right, I can play 3 or 4 different positions. You got to love that mentality. Mike Davis, everybody, leading into I know this isn't a seasonal fantasy football video. This is just tonight, and that's it. Mike Davis isn't all we thought he was cracked up to be. Davis, $7,500 on FanDuel, $5,800 on DraftKings. Again, in place of Cordell Patterson, if he does not play, I have no issue with Mike Davis seeing seeing double-digit carries, 10, 11 carries, 40, 50 yards. And what I think he'll do best tonight is receptions. 2, 3, 4 would be fantastic. 5 I would be in heaven here. So look for some receptions for Mike Davis tonight, 20, 30 yards, and we'll move on. Wayne Gallman Jr., I want to stop here briefly. $6,500 on FanDuel, $8,400 on DraftKings. Now, if last minute Cordell Patterson is unable to play, to me, Mike Davis, in one hand you have Mike Davis, the other hand you have Wayne Gallman Jr. I'm going with Gallman Jr. all day because of his price tag and the suppressed ownership. Something that I know sounds strange to you as you're watching this, but to me, Wayne Gallman, $6,500 on FanDuel, only $8,400 on DraftKings. If Cordell Patterson is not playing, I think Wayne Gallman, 10 plus carries, 2, 3 receptions. That's the lotto ticket here if Cordell Patterson does not play. Let's talk about the receivers. I'll get you the heck out of here. Aside from Kyle Pitts, I know that's what you're all here for. If you want to fast forward, have at it. Don't know when we'll get there, but I know we will. Jacoby Myers finally caught his first touchdown pass as a professional wide receiver. You love to see it. The whole team jumped on his side, and that's fantastic. Atlanta, they're 24th overall against opposing wide receivers. Jacoby, $10,500 on FanDuel, only $8,000 on DraftKings. Very, very sexy play on DraftKings given the price. 7, 8 targets, 4, 5, 6 receptions would be outstanding, and you're looking at about 60 to 75 yards. Let's talk about Kendrick Bourne. FanDuel, $9,500. DraftKings, only $7,600. I believe the targets will be there for Bourne. 5, 6 targets, 3, 4 receptions, if that, and you're looking at like a ceiling of 55 yards for Kendrick Bourne. Nelson Aguilar, who averages 14.8 yards a reception. The only problem is getting a reception here. Nelson Aguilar, $7,500 on FanDuel and even $5K on DraftKings. 4 targets, 2, 3 receptions, and around 35, maybe 40 yards, fingers crossed, if you're lucky. I'm not even going to mention N'Keal Harry, although I just did. 1, 2 targets, 1, 2 receptions, and that's about it. Russell Gage, Atlanta Falcons wide receiver. Just be mindful, New England, they're 7th overall in terms of defending opposing wide receivers. Russell Gage, let me find it in my notes, $10,000 on FanDuel. Rightfully so. He's the only game in town in terms of wide receivers aside from Kyle Pitts. Russell Gage, $10,000 on FanDuel, as I said, $6,600 on DraftKings, 7, 8 targets, 5, 6 receptions, and hopefully, again, fingers crossed, I always shoot for the moon here. Russell Gage, we're looking at 50, maybe 60 yards. Does he catch a touchdown pass from Matt Ryan? Is it the only touchdown pass of the game goes to these two? We shall see. Let's look at Olamide Z.A. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to chop up his last name. Zacharias, $7,000 on FanDuel, $5,400 on DraftKings, 5, 6 targets, and that's hopeful here. 3 receptions, 45, maybe 50 yards. I don't want to say a lineup filler, but in a game here where the New England Patriots might just grab the rock and run it, the time possession in favor of the Patriots here might kind of, suppress or just cut out certain things for the Atlanta Falcons, and it's going to hit Olamide hard and even Tajay Sharp, who's $6,500 on FanDuel, $3,600 on DraftKings. And let's talk why you all came here. Kyle Pitts, the Atlanta Falcons, studly, do-it-all kind of guy, wide receiver, tight end. I'm sure he can throw a football if you ask him. Kyle Pitts, his price reflects it. $12,000 on FanDuel, and on DraftKings, $9,600. I think Kyle Pitts sees a majority of the targets here. I know that's not saying anything profound. It's not a world beater. It's nothing you don't already know here. But Kyle Pitts, 8, 9 targets here. I think that's fair enough. 5, 6 receptions, and I'm hoping for around 75 to 80 yards and a touchdown reception. To me, something strange is going to happen in this game. I can't put my finger on it. And when I say strange, I'm not talking about an onside kick or a pick 6. I'm talking about some sort of direct wildcat snap to Kyle Pitts inside the 5-yard line, and he gets it in. Or some sort of, roundabout here where, let's say, Taj Sharp or actually Russell Russell Gage throws a touchdown pass to Kyle Pitts. Who knows? Maybe I'm getting carried away here, but that's just what I feel right here, and I just getting it all out to you. So again, Pitts, 12 grand on FanDuel, $9,600 on DraftKings. Of Jonnu Smith, Hayden Hurst, Hunter Henry, obviously I would prefer Hunter Henry. Atlanta, they're okay, 18th overall against opposing tight ends. Hunter, 11 grand on FanDuel, $7,000 on DraftKings, and look, you're looking at 4, maybe 5 targets at the most for Hunter Henry, 3 receptions, 30 yards, and that's about it. As you can kind of, gather, hopefully, as I've been talking here, I'm painting a picture here, and it's not very favorable to the New England Patriots tight ends. Kickers, Nick Folk, Young Ho Koo. I have Folk, he's 9 grand on FanDuel, $4,400 on DraftKings, 2 for 2 field goals, 3 for 3 extra points of the 2. Obviously, Koo is the studlier of the 2. People love Koo because they love to say Young Ho, and we'll go from there. But Nick Folk I have for just a little bit better of a game. Koo, $8,500 on FanDuel, 4 grand on DraftKings, 2 for 2 field goals, 2 for 2 extra points. So you're going to get an extra point out of Nick Folk. In terms of the DSTs, only available on DraftKings. Patriots, $5,600 on DraftKings. Falcons, $3,400 on DraftKings, and that's about it. Both defenses, 2, maybe 3 sacks. Both defenses with an interception, but to me, the difference is the points for and the points against, and that's when I'll give you my final score. I have the New England Patriots winning this game. I don't want to say comfortably, but I have it around 31-17. So obviously, I would take the New England Patriots -7. If you add that up, it's right at 47. Could be right at 48. So again, I'm not comfortable with betting the over-under, but I'm all in on the New England Patriots -7. Thank you for being here. That's what I have. Look for the notes directly following this video, the screenshot. I can't thank everybody enough for supporting that. It's wild what will catch on and what happens when it happens. Before you split, make sure you go to Team Rise or Fall, like, share, subscribe, and find us in the Discord, or find us on Twitter. Tag us. Let us know how you're doing. Show us your wins. We want to see the screenshots. I promise you, we love that kind of stuff. So thanks so much, and let's get together again for professional football. Let's get together again Sunday night. If you're here for college football, I'll see you Friday afternoon or early Saturday morning. Until then, I'll see you.